This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Gamefly. Go to gamefly.com/TYT for your free trial membership. WikiLeaks is not entirely responsible for the leaks. It turns out, according to Bryan Fischer, I love his title, Director of Issues Analysis for the American Family Association, it's actually the gays that are doing it. The gays. How this relates to gays, I don't know, but Bryan Fischer has had a long history with not exactly enjoying that lifestyle, or so he claims. For example, this classy gentleman on World's AIDS Day said, quote, homosexual activist groups likewise are pushing a lifestyle that kills. And he says, of course, we shouldn't spend any money towards helping people with AIDS because I guess, they're pushing a lifestyle that kills. That's according to Bryan Fischer. So you get the sense that the guy not on board, right? But how in the world does WikiLeaks and all this have anything to do with gays, right? Well, it turns out, according to his theory, Private Manning, who did the original leak, he believes is gay. Now, on what evidence? None whatsoever. The original hypothesis comes from Ann Coulter, so it must be true. They just pull it out of thin air. You're going to see in a second how little they believe it. First, let me give you his quote. Fischer says, regardless, of what you think of his, ideology, he is a one-man argument for keeping open homosexuals from serving in the military in the first place. If the 1993 law, which flatly prohibits homosexuals from a place in the armed services, had been followed, there would be no Private Bradley Manning and no WikiLeaks. The damn gays. Well, he didn't add that last part, but you could pretty much read it. Well, it's very, very clear. It's not like he's hiding his feelings on this. Now, the thing is Private Manning even gay? Okay. Here's what Fischer says about it. Now, he just called him gay, right? But he says, well, when pressed on it, he is, quote, at a minimum, seriously confused about his sexuality. In other words, I made it up. I don't know. I want a reason to blame the gays, so there you go. Okay. I think he's confused about his sexuality. Well, somebody in this story is confused about their sexuality, but I'm not saying anything. All right. Why are you so obsessed with gays? And by the way, what does this have anything to do with families? If you thought that didn't have anything to do with families, get a load of Bryan Fischer on another issue. The Congressional Medal of Honor was awarded to Army Sergeant Salvatore Ginta. He had actually saved the lives of many of his fellow soldiers, an incredible act of heroism, but Fischer thinks that he should not have gotten the medal, and in fact, giving him the medal, quote, feminized the medal because the sergeant had not killed enough people. Now, of course, that's subjective as to how many people he killed and whether it was enough. But he thinks saving your fellow soldiers' lives and risking your own not nearly good enough. You must actually murder more people. Okay, so this guy's a class act. And by the way, he is the director of Issues Analysis for the American Family Association. Now, what kind of family association says, no, that guy didn't commit enough kills? That guy didn't kill enough people, send him back out. Let alone comes up with insane and absurd theories on WikiLeaks somehow being the fault of the gays. Conservatives, man, they're on a different planet.
Cenk, people don't know this about me, but I'm an underground gamer.
I
love to play video games.
Well, then you're going to love our new sponsor, Gamefly. They're the largest online video game rental service in the world. 7,000 titles, new and classic. Also, no late fees, no due dates. Shipping's always free.
Go to gamefly.com/TYT for a free trial membership.